Welcome, fellow truth seekers, both longtime subscribers and curious newcomers to Zodiac Talks Tarot, where we don't just read the stars, we decode the cosmic curriculum. If you're a Sagittarius or someone who just can't resist the gravitational pull of Sagittarius energy, you're in the right place. This isn't your average surface-level astrology. Around here, we blend Zodiac insight, soul psychology, and just a sprinkle of Buddhist clarity. And of course, we do it all with the kind of bold, blunt humor only Sagittarius can truly appreciate. Because let's be honest, if we're not laughing, we're not learning. Now, Sagittarius, buckle up. Just when you thought you had your roadmap laid out, the universe tosses a cosmic banana peel right under your sandals. Starting July 29th at 2 a.m., the moon slides into Libra, a sign that usually brings balance, grace, and a touch of indecisive charm. But don't be fooled. This isn't your average airy peace treaty. The Libra moon is walking into a direct opposition with Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron in Aries, and that's like inviting your therapist, your drill sergeant, and your favorite ex to the same dinner party and hoping for small talk. Good luck with that. For you, Sagittarius, this planetary tension doesn't just ruffle feathers, it calls your entire belief system into question. The path you thought was clear? It's now asking for updates, upgrades, and possibly a spiritual software reboot. But that's the thing about being a Sagittarius: when truth knocks, you answer. Even if it means rerouting your life, your relationships, or your weekend plans. And if you're wondering whether this is all a cosmic joke, let me reassure you, yes, it is. But it's one with a purpose. The universe has impeccable timing, and this isn't just emotional turbulence, it's a sacred initiation. So stay tuned, keep your arrows sharp, and remember, clarity doesn't always come in peace, it often arrives in tension. But hey, at least we can laugh about it along the way. Alright Sagittarius, let's talk about what's really going on in the cosmos, and more importantly, what it's kicking up inside you. As someone who's been deep in this astrological work for decades and who's also had a few spiritual wake-up calls delivered by Saturn himself, I can tell you this: what you're feeling right now isn't random. The moon is locking horns with Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron, all huddled up in Aries like a spiritual SWAT team, and it's got your inner world doing backflips. This isn't just, oh, I feel a little off today. No, my friend. This is a full-on existential fire drill. For the chosen ones, especially those tuned into the Year of Triumph 2025, this is not astrology for entertainment, it's a straight-up initiation. Now, if you've been pacing your kitchen, losing patience with your cat, or staring at your to-do list like it personally betrayed you, you're not going crazy. You're just standing at the edge of a major personal upgrade. Your soul is pressing up against growth points you cleverly sidestepped back in 2022. Remember that time you said, "I'll deal with it later"? Yeah, later is now. And as eternally optimistic as you are, Sagittarius, even you can't meme your way out of this kind of shadow work. That little ache in your gut? That's not indigestion, that's your intuition yelling through a megaphone. Here's where it gets trickier. Libra is whispering, "Let's keep the peace," while Aries is shouting, "Get out of my way." And you? You just want the truth, the freedom, and maybe a philosophical podcast to explain all this. It's a cosmic tug-of-war between compromise, independence, and existential meaning, and let me tell you, that's a lot of voices in one head. If you've been feeling the urge to ghost a group chat, move to Bali, or break up with your houseplants for being too emotionally demanding, blame the moon. Or better yet, thank it. Because while this energy may be chaotic, it's also clearing the path for you to step deeper into your truth. This moment isn't just about surviving the pressure, it's about evolving through it. So take a breath, take a beat, and maybe don't burn every bridge this week. Unless, of course, it leads to higher ground. Let's get something straight, Sagittarius. when your body starts acting up during a lunar showdown like this, it's not just bad posture or an extra slice of cheesecake. Those lower back spasms? That's relational pressure lodging itself into your lumbar. That temple throbbing headache? That's your identity under construction screaming because it's tired of pretending to be someone it's not. And let's not forget, Sagittarius rules the hips and thighs, so if you feel like sprinting out of your life like it's a burning building, that's not random, it's written in the stars. You're not crazy. You're cosmically attuned. Here's the deal, your body isn't betraying you. It's the wisest guru in the room quietly, but persistently, pointing out where you've wandered off your sacred path. In Buddhist psychology, the body is not an obstacle to transcend but a mirror of the mind and spirit. Each ache, each weird twinge, each burst of nervous energy, that's a breadcrumb from the universe saying, hey, Archer, your aim's off. Realign. And when you're a Sagittarius, you don't just listen, you seek. Now, in this celestial tug-of-war, Libra is asking for compromise while Aries demands radical selfhood. And Sagittarius? You're standing dead center, trying to blend unfiltered honesty with enough compassion to not set the whole dinner table on fire. It's not easy walking that razor's edge. One moment you're starting a soul revolution, the next you're ghosting the group chat because Karen said something passive-aggressive about your spiritual phase. But the deeper truth? Saturn is calling you to structure your soul. Neptune wants you to dissolve your illusions. And Chiron, ever the cosmic wound bearer, is shining a flashlight on your oldest hurts. These aren't just transits. They're pressure points designed to make you ask the big questions. Who am I without the mask? Can I be free and still love deeply? Are my connections sacred or just familiar patterns I never questioned? In this year of triumph 2025, the cosmos isn't asking you to play nice. It's asking you to get real. So stop faking peace. Start honoring your purpose. And if your thighs ache along the way, well, maybe that's just your soul sprinting toward truth. Let's be real for a second, Sagittarius. If your life's been feeling like a cosmic soap opera lately, complete with emotional plot twists and spiritual cliffhangers, you're not alone. What's happening isn't just some moody Mercury mishap, it's a spiritual initiation disguised as emotional chaos. The universe isn't punishing you. It's polishing you. You're not just being tested, you're being tuned like a high-frequency instrument, recalibrated to a higher purpose. And you, being the wisdom-chasing, fire-hearted truth-seeker that you are, wouldn't want it any other way. If the question doesn't make your soul tremble, it's not Sagittarius-worthy. You weren't born for the shallow end of the pool, you dive headfirst into the deep water of meaning, purpose, and that ever-elusive thing called truth. Now, let's talk about your current state of mind, shall we? With the moon in Libra and Mercury retrograde in full mischief mode, it's like you've checked into the brain fog buffet, and they're offering seconds. Every choice feels like a trick question. Should you text back? Should you change careers? Should you buy that one-way ticket to Costa Rica? The overthinking is real. But here's your reminder, straight from someone who's seen this cycle a dozen times, you are a fire sign. You don't need a dissertation to make a decision. Trust your gut. Feel the pull. Then gallop on, Archer. As for relationships, brace yourself. Anything built on half-truths, obligations, or that "but we've known each other forever" energy, it's coming up for review. And by review, I mean possibly a cosmic eviction. But don't panic, this isn't a heartbreak. It's a soul clean out. You're not losing people. You're losing patterns. This is energetic feng shui. And as one of the chosen ones walking boldly into the year of triumph 2025, you simply don't have time for energy vampires and spiritual squatters. Now for some good news. Yes, there's good news. Enter the Grand Air Trine, Moon in Libra, Pluto in Aquarius, and Uranus in Gemini. This trio is your cosmic think tank, offering logic, vision, and enough mental clarity to finally stop spiraling. Translation: breathe. Zoom out. Tap into your Sagittarian philosopher brain, not the panic button. Because when you do, you'll see, all of this chaos. It's just clarity in disguise. Sagittarius, if you've been dreaming in high definition lately, strange symbols, wild visions, or the occasional flaming centaur handing you sacred texts, you're not losing your mind. You're tuning into a very real cosmic frequency. Over the next few nights, particularly as the moon tightens its dialogue with the outer planets, your dreams are acting like sacred telegrams from your higher self. Bridges, arrows, mirrors, portals, these aren't just trippy visuals. They're archetypes rising up from the depths of your subconscious, each one nudging you closer to the truth your waking mind has been too distracted to catch. And yes, if a centaur appears in a dream with a burning book, you absolutely have my permission to slide into my DMs. I've studied enough Jungian symbology to know that's not random, it's profound. But the cosmic whispers aren't just confined to dreamland. In your waking life, synchronicities are multiplying. You'll overhear the phrase "just let go" from a stranger at the coffee shop, then get cut off by a car with "freedom" on the license plate. That's not coincidence. That's divine coordination. These little nudges from the universe are what I like to call breadcrumb karma, small clues leading chosen ones like you through the sacred maze of this year of triumph 2025. Ignore them, and you'll keep circling the same lesson. Notice them, write them down, and you start to unlock patterns your rational brain can't decode alone. So journal it. Doodle it. Record a voice note if you must. Just don't dismiss it. And let's talk timing, because, astrologically speaking, we're stepping into a sacred 48-hour window starting July 29th at 2 a.m. This isn't just another moon phase. With Chiron going retrograde on the 30th, this portal becomes a turbocharged invitation for emotional alchemy. Translation: you can either transmute or throw a tantrum. One path leads to liberation. The other? Well, let's just say it usually ends in a regrettable text message. So ground yourself. Light a candle. Say a prayer. Or at the very least, take a deep breath and resist the urge to burn it all down. The universe is offering a moment of transformation. Don't sleep through it. Here's the truth, Sagittarius: some people just aren't built to walk with you through the wild terrain of your transformation. And that's okay. The real ones? They'll stay. The others? Bless M, release M, and send M off with a silent namaste. This isn't about rejection, it's about resonance. You're entering what I like to call the Sagittarius season of the soul, even if it's not your solar return. This phase is less about cake and candles and more about fire and freedom. If someone can't hold space for your evolving truth, if your honesty feels like too much to them, then honestly, they were never meant to bask in your full blaze. You weren't born to dim yourself into comfort zones. You were born to torch illusions with divine purpose. So how do you not just survive but thrive in this cosmic recalibration? First, drop the either/or thinking. Step into and/both. You can be honest and kind. Fierce and gentle. You can protect your peace while still dancing barefoot under the moon to that totally weird but magical Spotify playlist that somehow gets you. Clear your physical space, it mirrors your mind. Light a candle, not to manifest something, but simply to remind yourself that clarity lives in stillness. Look in the mirror and speak this truth out loud: I am worthy of unfiltered truth and unconditional love. Do it even if you feel ridiculous. Especially if you feel ridiculous. And don't forget to laugh. Seriously. That trigger? That overreaction? That sudden urge to text your ex at 1 a.m.? Laugh at it. Humor neutralizes shame and brings perspective. Sometimes enlightenment is just one good belly laugh away. Now, as Venus glides into Cancer on July 30th, emotional aftercare becomes essential. This isn't the time to power through with your usual Sagittarian bravado. Soften. Let yourself be tender. That armor you've been carrying? It's heavy and exhausting. You don't need to be strong all the time to be powerful. Let your vulnerability be your next adventure. Let it surprise you. Because sometimes the bravest thing a fire sign can do, is allow themselves to melt. Let's zoom out for a moment, Sagittarius way out. Because what's happening now isn't just your personal transformation, it's part of a much bigger cosmic blueprint. Pluto and Uranus, two of the universe's heavy hitters, are tag-teaming to completely restructure how we relate to one another. And I'm not talking about just who's texting whom back. I'm talking about the end of outdated relational archetypes. The lone wolf martyr? Retiring. The clingy, codependent duo? Evolving. We're moving into a new paradigm of sovereign connection where freedom and intimacy don't have to be enemies, and masks are not required at the door. That's big. And as a Sagittarius lover of liberty and seeker of higher truth, you're one of the natural-born leaders of this shift. So here's your final download. This isn't chaos. It's cosmic architecture. The breakdowns, the breakthroughs, the weird dreams, the unexpected conversations, they're not glitches in the system. They are the system, rearranging itself for a more authentic future. Don't fight it. Don't numb out. Lean in. And while you're at it, enjoy your life. Seriously. Laugh a little louder. Dance when no one's watching, or when everyone is. Have dessert first. Say what you mean. Hug your dog. You're not just here to navigate the stars, you're here to live under them with fire, joy, and unshakable truth. If this message resonated, help keep the fire alive, like, share, and subscribe to Zodiac Talks Tarot. This is your space for insight, real talk, and the kind of astrology that speaks to your soul, not just your sun sign. I'll see you in the next reading, but until then, keep aiming high, Archer. Your truth is the light someone else has been waiting to see.